Today we're smoking a Thanksgiving style meatloaf. It's got all your favorite things that go into a smoked turkey, and the flavors are through the roof. Welcome back, it's Mike C from HLM BBQ. You know, at Thanksgiving we're looking forward to turkey, stuffing, cranberry sauce, and all the fixings on the side. We think we've accomplished that, wrapped up into one meatloaf. Feel free to get crazy and add yams and green beans if you're feeling a little freaky. Start with 3 garlic cloves, finely minced, followed by 1 white onion. We're basically preparing the stuffing right now that's going to go into the meatloaf, except we're not going to use the stuffing yet. You'll see what I mean in a little bit. Get a very fine mince on this white onion. We like to cut off the top, make fine slices, and then dice across. Set this aside and then grab 2 celery stalks and cut off the weird butt. I like to make long slices down the stalk so it makes it a little bit easier to cut into tiny pieces. Get a nice fine dice on the celery, and we're going to set this whole cutting board aside. In a saucepan, heat up some olive oil. Once it's very viscous, let's add the celery and the onion, and let's start to saute until the onions are translucent, maybe about 5 minutes. Then we're going to toss in the garlic. Once the garlic is fragrant, we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of back rub, which is our all-purpose seasoning, or use another seasoning you have lying around. Then we're going to add 2/3 a cup of ketchup, which we barely had enough of, so it started making the fart noises. Farts aren't funny, so don't laugh. Then we're going to need half a can of cranberry sauce. Reserve the other half of the cranberry sauce to serve, or you can make a cranberry mustard barbecue sauce that we'll talk about later. And don't ask me why I did this, but it felt right at the time. So grab a nice glob of cranberry sauce and slop that into the pot. You're going to cook this over medium heat until it starts to reduce and turn saucy. You can see it's sticky, and I can drag the spatula through this like I'm parting the Red Sea. Then you're going to set this aside into a large bowl and let it cool completely. Make sure it cools. Next, we're preparing the binder. Add 2 cups of stuffing to the now cooled cranberry schlop mixture, and then mix in 2 well-beaten eggs. And gently combine these ingredients so that they can evenly distribute in the meatloaf. Next, we're going to use 2 pounds of ground turkey, because it wouldn't be Thanksgiving if we didn't have some turkey. And today we have some good friends, Eugene and Carrie, over that you'll hear right now. Have you ever made meatloaf before, Eugene?
No, I have not. Is that good?
Meatloaf is good. It's not hard to make.
Oh my gosh,
Does it look good?
I'm guessing it's gonna look good once it's done.
No, that's the thing
like
about meatloaf, is it looks the same as like right now.
It looks
when
like
it's done.
I mean, I just watched Dahmer on Netflix, so I'm like kind of disturbed right now, but I'm sure it's gonna be delicious.
Now that the meatloaf is a crazy looking log, let's throw this on a metal baking tray. I want transportation to be easy because this meatloaf is slightly unstable, just like me at this point. And you're going to want to form this into a log, because how you shape it now is going to be how it looks when it's done coming off the smoker. So you can make it a weird shape if you want. You can make it tall or flat. I kind of like this country loaf looking thing. And I want to give a big shout out to Eugene and Carrie, who have been supporting us from day one since we started making this YouTube channel. Go and check them out. They only have 943,000 followers right now. Seriously, thank you guys so much. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. Then we're going to add enough back rub to cover this meat log. We're treating this just like a pork shoulder. It can handle a lot of seasoning, and it can handle a lot of smoke. Today we're smoking on a 2012 Traeger. We definitely need to add some more pellets. You could also bake this in the oven, indirect grill it, smoke it on a barrel smoker or an offset. It's up to you. And we're going to run it at about 225 degrees Fahrenheit. And just look at this thing. It looks like a giant space turd from Joe Dirt. And the meatloaf doesn't look too bad either. Well, I guess the meatloaf looks kind of weird right now because it hasn't been smoked yet, but it's going to look good at the end, I promise. Anyways, once your barbecue is at temp, go ahead and set this tray and all of it in the center of the smoker and smoke it at 225 degrees until it's about 170 degrees Fahrenheit internal temp. Ours took about 4.5 hours, and if it starts to dry out, just give it a spray with some apple cider vinegar and water. You could also smoke it at a higher temp to cut down on the time. And if you haven't yet, go check out our cranberry sauce video. I'll have the link above. This cranberry mustard barbecue sauce is our new favorite sauce for Thanksgiving. We use the other half of that smashed up cranberry log that I barehanded earlier. You can prepare the sauce while this thing is smoking and give it a nice glaze. The color is just as red as your eyes before you sit down to eat your Thanksgiving dinner. It's shiny, it's smelling good. This Thanksgiving monstrosity is about done. And welcome back to the channel, and thanks for showing up. If you like making big old meat logs for your family and friends, then please subscribe to our channel. It may not seem like much, but it's one of the greatest gifts we could receive during the holidays. Let it rest for about 20 minutes so the juices can redistribute, and just take a look at this thing. Now you can slice it up and eat it barehanded, you can make a turkey sandwich, you could serve it next to mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans. No matter how you cut it, you're not going to be disappointed. The whole house smells like Thanksgiving dinner and we haven't even started eating it yet. This meatloaf is super juicy and especially juicy for a turkey meatloaf, which can turn out dry because of the fat content, but because of all that mixture in there, it stayed moist. We've received a ton of praise on this recipe, and in just a second I'll give you a live breakdown on the log while I discuss what a meatloaf is with our son.
Meatloaf is this wild, like, lump of meat that's filled with celery, onion, but I mean no celery. But mostly just like seasoning. What do you think it would taste like?
I don't know.
This thing has bark, like legit bark on it. I don't know if the camera is picking that up or not, but it smells good. It's really good. The stuffing is coming through. It's like the seasoning in the stuffing. What is that? Like, what do they put in the stuffing, you think? Thyme? Marjoram? What's it called? Marjoram?
I do not even know.
I don't either. Anyways, bottom line is, this fall meatloaf, it tastes like Thanksgiving. We've got this barbecue sauce that we made for it, which is a cranberry barbecue sauce, and it turned out super good. Like, it's great. You know what? Let's just do a little drop. That's good. The flavor is huge. The smoke is coming through. It's like candied and caramelized with savory. It's got the herbs, the back rub comes through. There's cranberry sauce in it, garlic, onion, the celery's coming. Everything's just really well balanced in there. I think it tastes great. I hope you guys get a chance to try this out. It's delicious. I would definitely make this again. So anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for showing up today. I'll talk to you guys in 1 week. All right, bye.